I didn't have anyone to turn to. We've got some very close friends that have been with us through this whole process. But for the family, they very much have this mentality of, this is just how it is. This is how it's meant to be. You can't change it. We've all been through it.
We've all been through the pressure. We've all been through being
but what was different for me was the race element, because now it wasn't just about her, it was about what she represents. And therefore it wasn't just affecting my wife, it was affecting so many other people as well. And that was the trigger for me to really engage in those conversations with Senior Palace staff and with my family to say, guys, this is not going to end well.
And when you say end well, what did you mean?
For anyone, it's not going to end well. Because the way that I saw it was, there was a way of doing things, but for us, for this union and the specifics around her race, there was an opportunity, many opportunities, for my family to show some public support. And I guess one of the most telling parts, the saddest parts, I guess, was over 70 members of parliament, female members of parliament, both Conservative and Labour, came out and called out the colonial undertones of articles and headlines written about Meghan. Yet no one from my family ever said anything over those 2 years. That hurts. But I also am acutely aware of where my family stand and how scared they are of the tabloids turning on them.
Turning on them for what? They're the royal family.
Yes, but it's there is this invisible, what's termed or referred to as the invisible contract behind closed doors between the institution and the tabloids, UK tabloids.
How so?
Well, to simplify, it's a case of if you as a family member are willing to wine, dine, and give full access to these reporters, then you will get better press.
What do you care about better press if you're royal?
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation. Right? There is a level of control by fear that has existed for generations.
Who's controlling whom? It's the institution. From our point of view, just the public.
But the institution survives based on that perception.
So you're saying there's this relationship that Meghan was speaking of. It's like symbiotic. One lives or thrives because the other exists. That's what you're saying.
That's the idea.
Well, I think there's a reason that these tabloids have holiday parties at the palace. They're hosted by the palace. The tabloids are. There is a construct that's at play there, and because from the beginning of our relationship, they were so attacking and inciting so much racism, really, it changed the risk level, because it wasn't just catty gossip. It was bringing out a part of people that was racist and how it was charged, and that changed the threat, that changed the level of death threats, that changed everything.
So tell me this, you said a moment ago, it hurts that your family has never acknowledged the role that racism played in here. Did you think she was well received in the beginning?
Yes, far better than I expected. But my grandmother has been amazing throughout. My father, my brother, Kate, and all the rest of the family, they were really welcoming. But it really changed after the Australia tour, after our South Pacific tour.
That's when we announced we were pregnant with Archie. That was our first tour.
It was also the first time that the family got to see how incredible she is in the job, and that brought back memories.
I'm thinking because I watched The Crown. Okay, I watched The Crown. Do you all watch The Crown?
I watched some of it. We watched some of it.
We watched some of it.
But there's this, I think it was the 4th season actually, where there's an Australian tour. So is that what you're talking about? It brought back memories of that? The Australian tour where your father and your mother went there and your mother was bedazzling. So are you saying that there were hints of jealousy?
Look, I just wish that we would all learn from the past. But to see how effortless it was for Meghan to come into the family so quickly in Australia and across New Zealand, Fiji, and Tonga, and just be able to connect with people in such a... No, I know. But it's...
Why wouldn't everybody love that? Isn't that what you want? You wanted to come into the family and to, as the Queen said at one point, the way that Meghan had basically, not her words, but assimilated into the family.
Yeah, I think, she was very much welcomed into the family, not just by the family, but by the world, certainly by the Commonwealth. I mean, he had one of the greatest assets to the Commonwealth that the family could have ever wished for.
I'm kind of going back to this. So then you're in Canada because you had stepped back. Your firm says you're no longer going to have protection. So did you ask for that because were you trying to have it both ways? You wanted to step back, but also keep your foot in royal business.
It's interesting that you talk about being, have it both ways. On the security element, I never thought that I would have my security removed because I was born into this position and I inherited the risk. So that was a shock to me. That was what completely changed the whole plan.
So that you, as Prince Harry, are going to have your security removed.
Yeah, and I even wrote letters to his family saying, please, it's very clear the protection of me or Archie is not a priority. I accept that. That is fine. Please keep my husband safe. I see the death threats. I see the racist propaganda. Please keep him safe. Please don't pull his security and announce to the world when he and we are most vulnerable. And they said it's just not possible.
I think what we really have to clear up here is because one of the stories that continues to live, either through rumors or social media out in the world, is that you, Meghan, are the one who manipulated, calculated, and are responsible for this Megxit.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing how they can use Meg for everything.
Yes, there are even stories that you knew all along that this was going to happen, you went through the whole process, and it was all intentional to build your brand.
Can you imagine how little sense that makes? I left my career, my life, I left everything because I love him, right? And our plan was to do this forever. Our plan for me, I wrote letters to his family when I got there saying, I'm dedicated to this. I'm here for you. So use me as you like. There was no guidance as well, right? There were certain things you couldn't do, but unlike what you see in the movies, there's no class on how to speak, how to cross your legs, how to be royal. There's none of that training. That might exist for other members of the family. That was not something that was offered to me.
So nobody tells you anything?
No.
Nobody prepares you?
No, nobody even down to like the national anthem. No one thought to say, oh, you're American. You're not going to know that. That's me late at night Googling, what's the national, I've got to learn this. I don't want to embarrass them. I need to learn these 30 hymns for church. All of this is televised. We were doing the training behind the scenes because I just wanted to make them proud.
Okay, but here's the question. Do you think you would have left or ever stepped back were it not for Meghan?
No, the answer to your question is no. I wouldn't have been able to because I myself was trapped as well. I didn't see
you felt trapped? You were trapped?
Yeah, I didn't see a way out.
But you've had this life your whole life. This has been your life your whole life.
Yeah, but I was trapped and I didn't know I was trapped. But the moment that I met Meg, and then our worlds sort of collided in the most amazing of ways. And then to see how...
Please explain how you, Prince Harry, raised in a palace, in a life of privilege, literally a prince, how you were trapped.
Trapped within the system. Like the rest of my family are. My father and my brother, they are trapped. They don't get to leave. And I have huge compassion for that.
Well, okay, so the impression of the world, maybe it's a false impression, is that for all these years before Meghan, you were living your life as a royal Prince Harry, the beloved Prince Harry, and that you were enjoying that life. We don't get the impression that you were feeling trapped in that life.
Enjoying life because there were photographs of me smiling while I was shaking hands and meeting people. Like, I'm sure you guys have covered some of that. That's a part of the job. It's a part of the role. It's what's expected. No matter who you are in the family, no matter what's going on in your personal life, no matter what's just happened. If the bikes roll up and the car rolls up, you gotta get dressed, you gotta get ready, wipe the tears away, shake off whatever you're thinking about, and you gotta be on your A game.
What do you think your mom would say about this stepping back, this decision to step back from the royal family? How would she feel about this moment?
I think she would feel very angry with how this has panned out and very sad. But ultimately, all she ever wants is for us to be happy.
Meghan shared with us there was a conversation with you about Archie's skin tone. What was that conversation? You wanted freedom from that life. You wanted freedom to make your own money. You wanted freedom to make deals with Netflix and Spotify, but you also wanted to serve the Queen.
Yeah, we didn't want to give up, or we didn't want to turn our backs on the associations and the people that we've been supporting.
But also, it exists.
Yeah, but also the Netflix and the Spotify bit all, that was never part of the plan.
No,
And you didn't have a plan.
We didn't have a plan.
That was suggested by somebody else by the point where my family literally cut me off financially, and I had to forge full security for us.
Wait, hold up, wait a minute. Your family cut you off?
Yeah, in the first quarter of 2020. But I bought my mum nothing, and without that, we would not have been able to do this. So, touching back on what you asked me, what my mum would think of this, and then she saw it coming. And I certainly felt her presence throughout this whole process. And for me, I'm just really relieved and happy to be sitting here talking to you with my wife by my side. Because I can't begin to imagine what it must have been like for her going through this process by herself all those years ago, because it's been unbelievably tough for the two of us, but at least we had each other.
What's your relationship like now with your family?
I've spoken more to my grandmother in the last year than I have done for many, many years.
Do you have Zoom calls?
We did a couple of Zoom calls with Archie.
Yes, Archie.
My grandmother and I have a really good relationship and an understanding, and I have a deep respect for her. She's my cousin-in-chief, right? She always will be.
Relationship with your father? Is he taking your calls now?
Yeah. Yes. There's a lot to work through there. I feel really let down because he's been through something similar. He knows what pain feels like, and Archie's his grandson. But at the same time, of course, I will always love him. But there's a lot of hurt that's happened, and I will continue to make it one of my priorities to try and heal that relationship. But they only know what they know, and that's the thing. I've tried to what they're told, and I've tried to educate them through the process that I have been educated.
Because is it like being in a big royal bubble?
Yeah.
And your brother relationship? Much has been said about that.
Yeah, much will continue to be said about that. As I said before, I love winning to bits. My brother, we've been through hell together, and we have a shared experience. But we want different paths.
Well, what is particularly striking is what Meghan shared with us earlier, is that no one wants to admit that there's anything about race, or that race has played a role in the trolling and the vitriol. And yet, Meghan shared with us there was a conversation with you about Archie's skin tone. What was that conversation?
That conversation I'm never going to share. But at the time it was awkward. I was a bit shocked.
Can you tell us what the question was?
No, I'm not comfortable sharing that.
Okay.
But that was right at the beginning, right?
Like, what will the baby look like?
Yeah, what will the kids look like?
What will the kids look like?
But that was right at the beginning when she wasn't going to get security, when members of my family were suggesting she carries on acting because there's not enough money to pay for her and all this sort of stuff. Like, there were some real obvious signs before we even got married that this was going to be really hard.
So in conclusion, if you had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question. Yeah. I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know, I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
With
done.
as much respect,
With as much
and
respect.
oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
So what do you say to the people who say that you came here, you made these multi-million-dollar deals, and that you were just money-grabbing royals?
First off, this was never the intention.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not complaining. Our life is great now. We've got a beautiful house. I have a beautiful family. The dogs are really happy. But at the time, during COVID, the suggestion by a friend was, what about streamers?
Yeah, we genuinely had
I never thought about it. So there was all sorts of options. And look, from my perspective, all I needed was enough money to go pay for security to keep my family safe.
How will you use Archwell as a means of speaking to things that are important to you in the world?
I think in creating, life is about storytelling, right? About the stories we tell ourselves, stories we're told, what we buy into, and for us to be able to have storytelling through a truthful lens that hopefully is uplifting, it's going to be great. Knowing how many people that can land with, and being able to give a voice to a lot of people that are underrepresented and aren't really heard.
Any regrets?
This morning I woke up earlier than 8 and saw a note from someone in our team in the UK saying that the Duke of Edinburgh going to the hospital.
Yeah.
But I just picked up the phone and I called the Queen just to check in.
You check in?
Just like that's what we do. It's like being able to default to not having to every moment go, is that appropriate?
Yeah.
For so many of my family, what they do is there's a level of control in it, right? Because they're fearful of what the papers are going to say about them.
Yeah.
Whereas with us, it's just like, just be yourself, just be genuine, just be authentic, just go and do what if you get it wrong, get it wrong, get it right, get it right.
On February 19th, 2021, Buckingham Palace released a statement announcing it was agreed that Prince Harry and Meghan would not return as working members of the royal family. Harry and Meghan's royal patronages and Prince Harry's honorary military titles would be returned to the Queen. The Queen's statement was released after our interview took place. Your exit agreement with the royal family, that is coming up at the end of this month.
The decision is, I think, the decision, as of last week or whatever it was, is that they will be removing everything.
Are you hurt by that decision?
I am hurt, but at the same time, I completely respect my grandmother's decision. I would still love for us to be able to continue to support those associations, albeit without the title or the role.
Could you be as satisfied now doing this through your own organization, Archwell?
Well, this is what we're doing, right? We're still doing it. We're still going to always do the work. But I also think it's important for you or everyone to know this decision that was made about patronages and all of that was before anyone knew that we were sitting down with you. I think that I can only imagine that.
Well, I heard a story that you're getting punished now. Those were being taken away because you did sit down with me.
Yeah, but that was, those letters, those conversations, that was finalized before anyone even knew that we were going to sit down. So that's just not true.
All right, tell me this, Harry. What delights you now in your everyday experience and the things that you actually cherish in your life here with Archie and Meghan?
This year's been crazy for everybody. But to have outdoor space where I can go for walks with Archie and we can go for walks with the family and with the dogs and maybe go for hikes or go down to the beach, which is so close. All of these things are just, I guess the highlight for me is sticking him on the back of the bicycle in his little baby seat and taking him on his bike ride, something I never was able to do when I was young. I can sit him on the back and he's got his arms out and he's like, woo, chatting, country, house, and all this sort of stuff. And I do, I think to
What's his
myself,
favorite word? What's his favorite word now?
Oh my gosh, he's on a roll. In the past couple weeks, it has been hydrate, which is just
but also whenever anyone leaves the house, it's like,
That's it.
which is really
It's not even true yet.
You said that your brother was trapped. You said that you love your brother and always will love your brother. You didn't tell me what the relationship is now, though.
The relationship is space at the moment. And, time heals all things, hopefully.
Any regrets?
No, I think I'm really proud of us. I'm so proud of my wife. Like, she safely delivered Archie during a period of time which was so cruel and so mean. And every single day I was coming back from work from London, I was coming back to my wife crying while breastfeeding Archie. That's going for someone who wasn't reading anything. And as she touched on earlier, if she had read anything, she wouldn't be in that. So we did what we had to do. And now we've got another little one on the way.
I have one. My regret is believing them when they said I would be protected. I believe that. And I regret believing that, because I think had I really seen that that wasn't happening, I would have been able to do more. But I think I wasn't supposed to see it. I wasn't supposed to know. And now, because we're actually on the other side, we actually not just survived, but are thriving. You know, this, and just miracles. I think that all of those things that I was hoping for have happened. And this is, in some ways, just the beginning for us. We've been through a lot. It's felt like a lifetime. A lifetime.
So your story with the prince does have a happy ending.
It does.
Yeah.
It really
It has a happy ending because you made it so.
Yeah, greater than any fairy tale you've ever read. Yeah.
Greater than any fairy tale. What you've described here today, being trapped and not even being aware of it, and all the things that have transpired, and then she comes into your life, and then you're doing therapy. Do you think, in some way, she saved you?
Yeah, without question, there was a bigger purpose. There was other forces at play, I think, throughout this whole process. I'm the last person to think, ooh,
Yeah.
you know, but it's undeniable when these things have happened, where the overlap is. So yeah, she did, without question, she saved.
And I think that's lovely. I would disagree. I think he saved all of us. I mean, he ultimately called it and was like, we've got to find a way for us, for Archie. And you made a decision that certainly saved my life, and saved all of us. But, you know, you need to want to be saved.
Well, thank you for sharing your love story. We can't wait for the big day sometime this summer.
Yes, indeed.
Sometime this summer.
Yeah.
Thank you both for trusting me to share your story.
Thank you for giving us the space to do it.
Thank you.